do you design your artwork for a particular gallery, or is this exhibit mobile? Is this exhibit been in other places?
No. I do design it specifically with the architectural parameters and elements in mind. So to begin my process, when I work from conventional painting to installation, I build an architectural model. So I use about a 1/2 inch equals 1 foot scale.
Oh, really?
And I build a small, tiny model of the space and then make the actual artwork to scale so I can imagine it. And then what that allows me to do is it allows me a little bit of room for improvisation when I get actually to the space, where I can do things on site with a little more confidence, knowing what it's going to look like overall. And I also think a lot about the sight lines, so that this painting installation is actually meant to be thought through in 360 degrees, because we have the catwalk above us and the different levels. I'm thinking about those things specifically for the space.
Okay. All right. So the exhibit has a different vibe when there's a lot of people in here than when there's no one in here. When one person views the exhibit at a time, they're able to really experience it in a lot of different ways, and they can play.
Right.
I also noticed that there were a lot of kids in here 2 weeks ago when we were here.
They made me nervous.
Really?
Just their chocolatey hands.
Okay. Yeah.
Not my ideal situation to have like a run-through exhibit. I wanted to definitely make a walk-through painting, but I didn't really want to make a run-through exhibit. So I do think you're right that the space changes depending on how many bodies are absorbing the experience or even absorbing the sound. The acoustics change. And I think the ideal viewing experience is singular. I still like the idea of having one figure in space sort of drifting through it.
Okay.
But it does change when there's more of a social sort of thing going on with more bodies, more people.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I use transparent fabrics is because I want to implicate the viewer's body into the experience of the painting.
Okay.
I want to see the silhouettes.
Yeah. What do you think of the exhibit?
What's that?
What do you think of the exhibit?
Oh, I love it.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, I haven't had time really to sit down and actually enjoy it, so I just got off work. So I'm just taking a moment to just be, and I really love the vibrations on the floor.
Yeah.
Just feeling, because I'm looking, but I looked at the paintings, but I haven't really sensed the room yet.
Yeah.
So today I'm just kind of sensing the room, like just feeling.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I really love the way the light is playing off of the colors and the fabric.
Yeah.
That to me is the best part.
Yeah. What about accessibility issues for people like me who are in a wheelchair?
I want to, when we talk about ideas of inclusivity, I think we can start to be sort of narrow about what we think that means. But to me, if I'm working in space, what I'm thinking about is really everybody.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about more and more contemporary art taking on the problem and the logistics of being really inclusive to allow people to have mobility issues or sight or hearing impairment, any number of things, to be able to experience some aspects of my work.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people in my family that are aging all around me.
Really?
And their mobilities are changing, and so that's been very much in the forefront of my consciousness.
Okay.
It's kind of a way for me to work some autobiographical parts of my life into my work without being too overt about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure my old pop can come to my show.
Good.
Basically,
Yeah.
but more than that. And then I'm really interested in how behind the times it seems that design is for people that have mobility issues.
Okay.
I feel there's got to be a better set of situations. You know what I mean? I don't like how limited it is from what I've observed, and even in the whole healthcare industry in general. It'd be really cool if people just got got with it, and the doctor's office started even looking a little happier. Hi, Damon. There's Damon Locks up there.
Hi. Okay, how are you?
So that's my thought about that. But we should talk another time.
Okay.
When this sort of dies down, I'd like
Okay.
to figure that out.
All right, good. That's,
It
yeah.
should be better.
I've got a lot of ideas about that.
Yeah,
and I
things
get
should be
more
a
and more
lot
ideas.
cooler, you
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are you going to do with the exhibit when it closes?
Cry. No,
Oh,
kidding.
why do you have it
I'm
for
kidding.
such a short
I'm
period?
kidding. Well, it's been since March, so it's pretty. It's
Yeah.
open through June 24th. What will happen is the wood will be recycled into yet another work. I'll be able to very easily transport these paintings because they fold up really tiny and they're
Oh,
lightweight.
really? Uh-huh.
And usually in my work, I use these elements and sort of recycle them for newer works. So they're
okay.
generating into new works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will they be here or will they be in some
No,
other
maybe some other
galleries?
thing. I'm going to try to see what can travel and what I can do for my next row of exhibitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.